Sparking Zero still has quite a bit of problems to face, because even after we get all the DLC from DLC 1, 2, and 3, and Super Saiyan 4 Goku at the very end of it, we still need to wonder, what content will the game get after that, because there's no more Dragon Ball content? Well, in actuality, we've always had extra Dragon Ball content. The Dragon Ball Super manga is completely untouched, and Super Dragon Ball Heroes still can be collabed with other Dragon Ball games. Keep in mind, the collabs with Dokkan, and very rarely you get crossover characters like Fu becoming mainstays in Xenoverse 2. So Sparking Zero still has a chance to actually add new unique Dragon Ball characters that are not playable in any other game. Yes, and hello everyone, it's me again, SteeDoJ here, back with another Dragon Ball Sparking Zero video. Since Sparking Zero's DLC has left quite the sour taste in most people's mouths, I thought I should talk about at least ways that the game could improve from this point, because just saying the game is dead, the DLC was underwhelming, blah 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 blah, I feel like that's, territory we've crossed before, a territory that we've crossed actually even before this DLC came out. So obviously, let's talk about things that can actually help the game from this point forward. And I think, yes, as rare it is, since, the game's never collab with Shueisha or even Super Dragon Ball Heroes ever, we could actually have the Dragon Ball Super manga stuff in Sparking Zero. Sparking Zero probably has the best chance of getting it at this point, because this is a game that has a lot of time and effort put into it, and it's honestly what that Bandai probably wants to keep the players on until they can make their next game. A good example is Dragon Ball games used to be yearly, but now they're like, bi-annually, I guess. We get them like every 2 years, maybe sometimes. If you look at the track record of Xenoverse, Fighters, Kakarot, Breakers, all of these games have like, over a year of gap in between them. And I don't think they're going to be releasing another Dragon Ball game in 2026 that's going to really get the people's attention. I think the only thing they could release in 2026 that would have that many eyes on it is probably, unironically, Xenoverse 3? Maybe Fighters 2. You guys let me know which one you think is more likely to come. But since Sparking Zero doesn't really have the best ability to keep player attention, I think that the devs are most likely going to look into how they can keep the franchise alive from a gaming standpoint, and more than just mobile games, obviously. Despite the fact that mobile games will make a lot of money, I do think they'll want to keep into account how can they keep Dragon Ball, at least Sparking Zero or other Dragon Ball games, relevant until their next batch of stuff is ready. Because keep in mind, we still need to wait for the Fighters, not Fighters, but the Kakarot DAIMA DLC. Kakarot DAIMA DLC is still coming, but after that, seriously, what other content is coming for Dragon Ball? Boom! Oh man, Ultra Ego. Honestly, Ultra Ego is something we need like badly for Sparking Zero. Like the DBS manga stuff being in the game, it's probably the game's single best bet for like keeping player attention. Because I think Sparking Zero's biggest issue is maybe I don't want to say it's the many characters in the game. That's just a lie. That's just a really bad argument to make. I think it's a good thing for a Dragon Ball game to have lots of characters, but why it affects Sparking Zero so negatively is probably exclusively due to the fact that most of the characters are just not being played. A good example is in Xenoverse. Yes, Xenoverse is also a game where I'm pretty sure most of the characters don't actually get played, but their moves are at least somewhat relevant, or the characters have like a special gimmick that maybe keeps them alive for a tiny bit longer, especially for DLC characters in Xenoverse 2 that have unique gimmicks. We have characters that the lower their health gets, the stronger they get, like Baby. We have characters that have guaranteed dodges, like Ultra Instinct Goku. We have all of these unique extra gimmicks on these, DLC characters. But Sparking Zero is probably not going to get that, since it's more like Tenkaichi, where the unique gimmicks are just going to be in the character's skills. A good example is, even with the Ultra Ego Vegeta mod, he can actually activate a buff that changes his super attacks. And that's something that Sparking Zero will probably just end up doing more so, because it's the easier way to get more skills on a character. And it's probably an easier gimmick to sell and make than whatever Xenoverse is doing. Like, literally just give the character a power-up skill that when they activate the power-up skill, they can just use some reused super attack animations they've already done before, but make them, like, stronger or something. I don't know. Another benefit that Super Dragon Ball Hero stuff would give, not that I think Sparking Zero would ever actually add it, was extra character costumes. We still didn't have unique versions of Goku from Super Dragon Ball Heroes, like the Capsule Corp version of his gi, where he's got the Capsule Corp logo, or even the Galactic Patrol version from like from the Dragon Ball Super manga, right? Again, these are very small things, but I feel like people would still appreciate them regardless. It'd be just a nice extra thing to have, especially for Vegeta, where his battle suit changes a lot in the Super Dragon Ball Heroes anime, where it's got like extra armor and stuff like that. There's even skins for it, modded, I believe. And again, these don't even like look bad for Sparking Zero. I think this could actually still work for the game. This just like looks nice, I don't think they'll add his Dark Corrupted Super Saiyan form or whatever that is, It'd be easier if they just go, hey, let's just only do one thing at a time. Let's make it the, Oh, they didn't even add this training suit from Dragon Ball Super Broly as well. There's so many things that they could still add for Vegeta when it comes to post-launch content. Goku and Vegeta, both, to be honest. But yeah, I would actually like to see these things in the game. And that's just so easy to do. literally just, I don't know, go ask Shueisha. Go grab their permission. Go, hey, you know that stuff you do for Dokkan? Can we do that for Sparking Zero? So we can keep our game alive and give the company more money, and they'll go, yeah, sure, do it. Obviously, that's one way to see it. The process probably isn't that easy, but regardless, I think it's Sparking Zero's best bet to actually have a very unique thing that you can't get anywhere else, you know? I feel like if you want to play Super Saiyan 4 DAIMA Goku, you'll probably see more people playing him in Xenoverse. Even if they don't actually play the character, they'll end up using his moves a ton in Xenoverse. Unless if he ends up being super overpowered in Sparking Zero like Beast Gohan. More people use Beast Gohan in Sparking Zero than they use him in Xenoverse. That's a good example. So the best way the Sparking Zero to stand out is to probably just make the characters either super broken and mess up the game balance, which is just not a healthy plan, or just make the characters, you know, super ultra rare. Like, hey, where else are you gonna go if you want to play the Masked Saiyan, or the, well, I mean, not Masked Saiyan Xenoverse, like the Warrior in Black, right? If you want to play the Warrior in Black, where else would you go? Would you play that in Xenoverse? No, he's not in that game. But which game could he be in? Sparking Zero. Which game could Ultra Ego be in? Sparking Zero. Their first time showing up could all be in Sparking Zero, and I think that'd be a really good way for players to want to stay invested. And oh my goodness, the Kaioken super here. It's just a really cool touch to see Bollock using stuff like Kaioken. Oh, here we go, the Super Saiyan. Oh, he even uses the UI starting animation to go Super Saiyan, and the way his hoodie like disintegrates is really cool. You see, stuff like that is sick, and it'd be so easy for Sparking Zero to just do their own take on that. It'd just be really nice. No one would hate it. Everyone would love it. It'd be sick. I would like to see Sparking Zero actually do, because this game was marketed as the, hey, we're gonna have so many what ifs. It's unbelievable. And like Xenoverse is a game I give a lot of smack for barely doing the what if thing, right? All the Dragon Ball games do what ifs way better than the modern Dragon Ball games. But like, yeah, even Xenoverse does what ifs better than Sparking Zero. I know that it shouldn't sound like a selling point because Xenoverse markets itself as the what if game, but no, all the Dragon Ball games still do it better than Xenoverse. But the fact that Sparking Zero is less than Xenoverse, when it's, you know, a canon true sequel to Tenkaichi 3, like, nah, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure even Infinite World and all those other games do. Budokai 3, I played that game recently. Budokai 3 does what ifs better than Xenoverse, man. That doesn't make any sense. Boom! See ya, Kakarot. You didn't know your pops has got Angry Kamehameha too. Speaking of Angry Kamehameha and all these other unique moves, I remember that the other Dragon Ball games actually always had unique selling gimmicks to them too. I know Sparking Zero's unique gimmick is supposed to be the game is new, so you have to play it and buy it because it's new. But remember when Dragon Ball games were like, oh hey, Broly is playable in this one. Oh, Hachiyak is a unique character to this game, you know? You guys remember Hachiyak? People want Hachiyak in Xenoverse and in Sparking Zero. Hachiyak he's not completely like dead or irrelevant. Even the characters like the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Broly that they did for Raging Blast 2, because hey, how are we gonna get people's butts in chairs? How are we gonna get people playing these games? Ultimate Tenkaichi has the unique like hero mission mode where you can be this new custom character and go fight Ultimate Shenron. Is Ultimate Shenron fightable? How many other games is Ultimate Shenron fightable? I actually genuinely want to know. Because I imagine maybe one super old Dragon Ball game, like Dragon Ball GT Final Bout or something. But how many games is Ultimate Shenron actually fightable in? How many games can you fight a Shenron in it that isn't Omega Shenron or like Nova Shenron or something, right? How many games can you do that? And those are all unique selling points. Sparking Zero's unique selling point is you can play like a lazy version of story mode. And I'm not talking about the actual story mode, right? Custom Battle Mode, I feel like doesn't have enough to really keep it alive. And the things that it does have are really hard to navigate through. I actually like making custom battles, but it's so annoying to go through all the menus and scroll through all the text and make unique scenarios, and then you don't have that many options to customize as well yourself. It kind of hurts the mode. I wish custom battle mode was as free as the story mode. The story mode has way more options, and I'm sure those will all come to custom battle mode maybe in the future, but for now, custom battle mode is kind of just not as cool as it could be, because they are actively restricting it by, you know, going, hey, let's limit it for players because we don't want to put as much effort as we did into the story mode into the custom battle mode. And that's kind of tragic because custom battle mode is also what you're using to keep the game alive. Or at least they assume it keeps the game alive, because why else did they just only put versus mode, story mode, custom battle mode, and then put their hands up and say, okay, we're done. No Mission 100. No Dragon Ball Dating Sim game mode. Yes, Tenkaichi 3 had that. No extra power, not even parallel quests like Mission 100 either, bro. Not even like a survival mode where you fight 50 characters or something as one character. None of that. None. You can't even make survival mode in custom battle mode. That's how limited the custom battle mode is. So I think Sparking Zero's best bet is honestly just having unique things. And again, Tenkaichi 3 had to do all of that because, yes, you've played the Dragon Ball game before, so here's an extra gimmick to keep you playing the game for longer. Tenkaichi 3, massive roster, GT characters, OG Dragon Ball characters, most of the DBZ characters, all of these unique game modes, changing your key color. You still can't change key color in Sparking Zero. If I go here right now to like my outfits and my accessories, there's just nothing. There's nothing. There's no other option. I can't change to have purple key. If I turn on Tenkaichi 3 right now, I can just give myself, I can give Cooler Super Saiyan 4 aura. Do you know how cool that is? That's sick. You know when you start up a match with Sparking Zero and someone's key is flaring like crazy? Imagine UI Goku starting the match with like red key. That'd be sick. People wouldn't hate that. People would love that. That's the unique thing that keeps people playing the game. All people want is to be rewarded and to feel cool while they play video games. That's why people can still play solo, single-player games like Devil May Cry, because you can always feel cool in that game even if they don't add any extra content. Sparking Zero I don't feel like does that for you, because you're just going to go online and fight someone playing the exact same character as you with no visual difference, despite the fact that there are how many accessory slots in this game? We have how many accessory slots in this game? I think at most you can only use 3 of these. Maybe for characters with like a Scouter and a Halo, but there's no... I don't know why this is so dry. It makes no sense, but I think this is probably a good place to end the video, because that's all I can really say. This video's focus is about the characters, how we can keep Sparking Zero alive through adding new what-if content, not by complaining about, you know, customization stuff, because we've already done this before. We've been down this road before. I'll leave that for another video. But I think this is a good place to end the video regardless. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, obviously, again, please leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe, it greatly supports the channel. And leave a comment down below as to what you'd like to see next, amigos. I do love you all. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Take care, and peace.